Hello, students. In today's word, let's try to look at the word capitalism. If you see the word capitalism in simple terms, it is associated a society in which there will be presence of some private players. And why these private players are working? Because they want to gather money, capture money for the sake of profit. So capitalism, in a simple term, it is associated with privatization of resources, where there is an orientation of profit, and in this profit seeking, there might be presence of exploitation. So here we are trying to have a general understanding for the word capitalism, but Karl Marx has been quite unique in using this word. If you remember Marx, he was a very strong anti-capitalistic person, and he defines capitalism that it is a form of an economic system. So largely he says capitalism is a form of economic system in which we are talking about how the means of productions are divided. So whatever is being produced, there will be a means of productions. And this means of production is going to divide the society in two halves. There are some smaller group of people who are going to control their means of production. There will be in an advantageous position. And then there will be a larger section of the society who are not going to control those means of production. They are in a disadvantageous position. So he refers the people who are in advantage are called as haves. The people who are in disadvantage, they do not have power, they do not have authority, they do not have dominance. So they are collectively called as haves and have-nots. And Marx is trying to tell that these haves and have-nots have kept on changing. In his chapter Historical Materialism, he talks about these haves and have-nots. But in today's time, who are the have-nots? They are the factory owners who are called to be as the bourgeois. On the other hand, the have-nots are the ones who are referred to be as the proletariats. So here, Marx is trying to speak that haves and have-nots are in different forms. Now, where can I use this term of haves and have-nots? If you see that this is a term which has been directly taken from the unit 4, that is Marx. And Marx is basically trying to give all his capitalistic ideas. If you take a look at unit 5, we are having a chapter which is called to be as the theories of stratification. So in this theory of stratification, you can discuss about this. If you look at unit 6a, there is something called as organization of work that we have. In that organization of work, separately we speak about the capitalistic society. And then in the unit 10, we are seeing how the impact of globalization is not positive. It is referred, the criticism of globalization, we can discuss it in the dependency theories. So this term capitalism is commonly being discussed in four different aspects. So what is the whole idea that Karl Marx is trying to present in the term capitalism? That there are haves and have-nots which are there. Then due to this capitalistic society, whatever profit that is being generated, don't say that it is a profit. This profit is actually referred to be as a surplus value. He writes a book also as surplus value. Then he says the have-nots, who are the proletariats, they are suffering. And how their suffering is referred as? Their suffering is seen as a form of alienation. It's a disconnectivity of society. Do you have a solution to all this problem? Yes, the solution to the problem is in the form of class struggle. So here, once the class struggle is achieved, there would be establishment where capitalism will come to an end. It will take the society towards socialism. This socialism will take the society towards an egalitarian society where everybody will be happy. That is communism. So this term capitalism, it can be written in so many different areas. It can be studied on the basis of surplus value. Capitalism, its exploitation is leading towards alienation. The end of capitalism will come in the form of class struggle. It will go towards socialism, which is dictatorship of proletariats, and then finally an absolute equal society, which is called as communism. So Today's term of STD is about Marx capitalism.